And hello, folks. Welcome back. Last time for a while to Minecraft. As you may have read on my Twitter, the server is at the end of its subscription, and we've more or less died off. A lot of projects left unfinished, but we're just gonna have ourselves a little tour of the server before it all goes down. Let's just go ahead and put on some music. Yes. So, starting off our tour from where it all started. This is the world spawn. My name is James. Made this all before I started playing. Welcome to new comers to the server. Didn't end up getting as many people playing as I would have liked, but c'est la vie. Lovely little pavilion. All the different houses down here. Things associated with them. Armor, tools. Just to help people start out. And we got some bedding areas. So off to our left was Fishy Weeb's attempt to get all of the status effects playing for that achievement. Don't believe he ever completed it. I think all he needed was the Elder Guardian effect. Over here we have a little turtle farm. Started out. Need a place to get eggs from. Need eggs for things. Also the skeleton farm that James made for us early on. Of course, was in the way of my crevasse. I started blowing that up, so I had to rebuild the stairway down. This is a design you might have seen before. It's got a spawner in there. Blows all the skeletons down, and then fairways up so that they no longer count towards the mob limit, and then land back down here, dropping them down to about 1 HP, so you can just give them a whack. This was also intended for enchanting purposes. Nice little disposal box here. Just take a moment for these skeletons to make their way around. We'll go ahead and continue. And off this way you see the lanterns across the ocean. So to mark the way to James's place. Oh. Been a while since I've used a boat. There we go. Off to the right there. Little platform I was using to farm some coral fans. Honestly, just way easier to go and chop them down from the reefs. But, have to travel a ways to do that. And here we are at James's place. Oh hey, free pufferfish. Take that. Lovely full dock. Overview map. Pretty little area. above. See if the tree does the creepy sound effect. No, not this time. Maybe later. Got himself a little villager trading area. Marked what they sell. Little pavilion. More farms around. Really like the there used to be a sign after, I think it said market. It was made out of banners. I thought that looked really nice. Taking it down at some point. Auto sugarcane farm over there. More farms off this way. Chicken coop at the end. I think that's cute. Never did end up putting a beacon in here. And of course the house. Chimney up top. Another map of the area. See the dock over here. That's where his mining operation is at. I don't know if we can see it from the window or not. Just out of vision. A couple of the treasure maps he's done. Chanting area. Remember I watched him do the prototype build of this on stream. Gave him my creative feedback on that. Turned out quite nice. Little smokestack for the chimney. Some hidden furnaces underneath here. There's anything there. One bed. Got room for two though. Got all this storage all marked out nice. Huh. Used to be a lot more chests back here. Must have moved it at some point. Curious. And here we have the nether portal. Everyone got themselves their own like color set. James IT's had sort of a Monster Energy logo. Green. We got Carsworth had rainbow all the way down to his place. Out here, I believe it was Fishy Weeb that put down all the mycelium. That's our pathway to the end. And there's a pathway over there that leads off to the mushroom biome. Not too much setup over there, so I don't bother making the track. Pretty much a straight away curves over to Cardsworth's house. I should call him Barbreaker. I'm still in that habit. Yeah. Here's the nether garden I made. Still love coming here. Nice little peaceful stop along the way. And represent each biome. Include a little bit of quartz artistry. Some fake water down here. Jungle area. It's always interesting how the different biomes change the tints of leaves and things like that. Here's a old pond with a weeping willow made out of glass. You saw the previous realm. I had a large platform that had glass trees on it. Kind of my homage to that. So down here, we got guard breakers and another portal. Behind that is our first another fortress. Sort of built into it. A lot of this I went through and spawn proofed. Well, a lot of fire. For a long time, I like make a point to put out the fires because we have fire ticks turned off, and so you know they just sit here and prevent spawns. But went and made after I made the wither skeleton farm, didn't really seem necessary. Like keep removing the flames. Mostly what I came there for. What I call the red room. Cleared out a huge area. That platform in the center is the wither skeleton farm. Got some dogs at the bottom. They're killing the skeletons as they fall down. Collecting their skulls down here. Quite a rare drop. Top here is the TNT setup I used. Clear the area out. Well as chicken farm I used for actually getting the wither roses. Whenever a wither spawns and kills all the chickens, they drop roses. See all the rails around. Use the rails for spawn proofing. Interesting visual, in my opinion. Off that way in the corner is where the ocean monument located. The diagonal go through. Go and head over to Cardsworth, or Guardbreaker's place. Cardsworth, Guardbreaker, no. So his portal comes out inside one of these ocean temples. Old magma slime down there. Or one of these desert temples, I should say. Not sure what the official name is for these things. Oh hey. Yeah. Never bothered to torch up a lot of the area. Oh. Little path. Hey, dropped some iron. Yeah, this is a dangerous area at night. I did not aggro the creepers too much. I think that was a little chicken sale area. I feel like he must have been on at some point. Added in these little gaps. See where all the creepers blew up along the way. Ah! He did end up making a banner. Haven't seen this. Soul lightsaber. Matches the beacon. Originally this was all going to be a casino, I believe. This is up top. He was living up here for a while. Had his record collection all along the ceiling. A couple of dogs. It's all empty now, though. Lava / magma mode. And this is his new house. That's the barn over there. Got his stuff all moved in. Different armor types. Full farms. Couple of beds. Got himself a fair bit of ore. Also downstairs to this, on the back side. Got kitties around to help scare away creepers and the phantoms. Good idea. Some more farms down here. Furnaces. Storage. Leave. Followed a blueprint online for this place. I never did get a skeletal horse of my own. Surprised I never ran into any. You have every animal. There's a ladder, yeah. Interesting little walkway using the campfires. Kitty. King parrot. So many animals. Farmer Fred's free range fruits. Yep. Bunch of spare eggs. Added need for them. I believe. The, yeah. Bargain Bob's is off that way. Past the, automatic cactus farm. Down there's is mine. Wheel all the resources up this way that I didn't want. To sort of store them in Bargain Bob's. He had a Bargain Bob's shop on our previous server. A room full of chests with all the different resources marked. Come take if you need them. There's Bargain Bob. A lot of missing labels on these, unfortunately. Over here, this little creeper farm. Here's a spider in there. I believe he was using this to get records. I'm not sure where the entry point is. I'll just fall down that way. Not sure if he got much out of it. No, he was also trying to get some heads with charged creepers. I don't know if he succeeded in that. Gave him a trident to do that with. Very colorful pyramid. Back in we go. Got my little back way over here I always take. Shortcut. Like this pattern though. nice diagonal. You can like fit between the bars if you need to. There's the portal of my base. Ourselves a little with a rose and star. I won't retell the story, but essentially, I died fighting a wither that got loose in here. Here's the old wither farm. I did set up to like automatically shoot the eggs out in here, but felt it was best to just find a different area of bedrock. The proper 3x3. That one's just missing a corner. How the wither got out the first time. There's my little gap I used to get above bedrock. Never did end up using like the above bedrock area for anything, sadly. Want to put a ice pathway from everyone's base around. Not sure if there's a portal to get to Fish Weebs. I saw that way or not. Over to the left, quite a ways away. I won't make the flight. Is a at the James' boyfriend's old place. Never got fully developed, but you can check the VODs if you want to see what that place looked like. And here's my place. So, we fly down, walk the pathway from the starter area. Got a short path if I ever need to get from spawn to my place. But most of this path was originally, like here when the server started, all leading off to the closest village, right over there. I had to rebuild a bit of this when I did my explosions for the crevasse. Little spider farm. Around picking that up. Learned a bit about cave spiders building this. Yeah, just turn the light off if you want to get spider eyes from them. You can fit through, but they can't. Go further reach than I think too. Like standing right here, they can sometimes hit you. Nice little path over this way. Mesa biome. Been a while since I've had a puppy. And here's my area. Worked on. Got a little land bridge in. Forgot how long the poison effect lasted. It's a shame like all the other effects like last for 5 seconds, but the poison's like 15 or some nonsense. Oh yeah. So my house is up there. The original village was right here. How long is this poison effect? Jeez. Poison 4. I didn't think it went that high. I thought max was poison 2. Huh. Well. Alright. Just the regen effect kind of makes the ticking last longer. Yeah, I did a little bit of beautification to this pond out front. Added in some colorful lily pads. This is a compass that leads north. Right there. Way to the shopping district. Suppose we'll do this first. Originally, like, basically all the villagers had died off in the village, and I had to bring them up here, start anew, make a little villager breeder. That whole area down here to convert them to zombies and back again. Trusty zombie there does the conversion. Got a bunch of villagers lined up for their different shops that they do. And there's the breeding villagers. Got a area up here that sends food around in a circle. They can get in breeding mode. These guys are my main money makers. Got this big tower up here, outputting crops that I can just pick up here and sell to the different farmers. All my clerics, got guys making armor and weapons and such. Here are all the librarians. Got just about every enchantment out here. A huge time saver. Little overview map of my area. Never did label it. Nice to see. Here's the little output for the iron farm, which is that big area above the base. Ah, hear the creepers dying in the creeper farm. Huh. Like one of the minecarts stopped at some point. Alright, off you go. Got a zombie up here. Goes around in circles, scaring the different groups of villagers, causing them to spawn. Iron golem. Goes down, kills it. And this over here's, yeah, Pigman farm. Oh, and my little ice farm. Nice having yourself right next to mountain. Makes getting ice a lot easier. Old set of portals. Pigmen all go for turtle egg in the center there. End up killing them. Sending all their materials down this way into these chests. Goes down to my slime farm. Pulls the slimes off and sends their materials back up top. Sort of my main room in here, where my bed is. Consider this my house. It's just like built into the mountainside. Furnace array here. EXP machine. Just flip the lever. Take out a piece. Ton of XP that way. See how much we get if we empty all of it. Went through and tried to make a machine to get me just about everything. At least to make my life easier. My little disposal box. Uses carpets to fuel the furnaces, and got some cactus duplicators up there. Burn those. Nice constant stream of EXP off of that. My bulk storage. Things I just have tons of. I want to fit into like the side chests. Another wart farm. Press a button, sends the water down, and just replant it. Over here, I just have a collection of blocks used aesthetically. Want to get a good look at them before I start doing builds out of things. Woods and their leaves. Kind of cool. Some of these have like interesting textures on bottom, like this color. My old AFK fish farm right here. Those won't work in the next update. Old room I used for growing the mycelium. This I used for the sea pickles. This I used for getting some of those flowers. Got my sheep farm, or my wool farm, I should say. Each sheep is a different color, set up so their individual wool type picked up underneath and dropped off. Dogs and my foxes. Got the honey farm right here, built underneath the gold collection. Series of beehives. Got the original beehive right there. Managed to get that off of a tree that I grew. Let's see. Got the lever for the cobblestone farm. Watch that go off. It's always weird watching TNT explode. There's always like the visual for the explosion is a lot earlier than the actual damage from the explosion. And we got the tree farm here. Put down a sapling and it drops TNT down from above. Spent a lot of depressing hours trying to make a more complex tree farm. It didn't end up working out. All these hoppers are for collecting saplings. Really helps so much to have an iron farm and a tree farm. So you can just make hoppers wastefully like this. Various cats I've collected. Tend to get a lot of cats spawning around here because of all the villagers. Backside to all the enchanters. The original animal pits don't get much use anymore. All of my donkeys and mules and horses. I never really have much use for. For a while I used the donkey just for carrying stuff around, but when you can fly and have shoulder boxes and things, there's just not much point. The old sugarcane and bamboo farms. For a long time I would use the sugarcane to sell to librarians to get emeralds. Not super efficient though. Just a little zero-tick system. Helped a lot though. Got me a lot of advancements that way. Got our pumpkin and melon farm up there. That also feeds down into this vegetable area. Little pathway to the above bedrock. And this was intended to be sort of a what do you call it? A trident farm. Didn't really get any off of it, sadly. For some reason, the zombies always had really weird pathfinding issues. Half the time they could pathfind towards me, half the time they couldn't. They never seemed to go for the egg for whatever reason. Empty void. I did end up putting a few tropical fish in here. Ah, there's still a spot where ground can spawn, apparently. Thought this was lit up well enough. Apparently not. Whole pack of tropical fish. Every time a wandering trader would come by, I'd always buy tropical fish off of them. See what they drop. But, wasn't sure if it'd all be like the same kind of fish or different kind of fish. Turns out it's different kind of fish. That's nice. Village Falls. Civilization, as I call it. Here we have Mending Maven House, which I came on recently and found out he had died. No idea how. Well, most likely. There's an old bug that occasionally when you load and unload an area, you can get like stuck in a wall. Suffocate that way. Seems like the most likely cause of death. There shouldn't be any way a monster could spawn in here. Sad to see him gone, though. It's a pretty house. Go back new area. Over here we have the guild hall. Added in a couple plants. Like the way those look. Set up a wall with all the different jobs we could do. All the different trades that are available. Had a few I had to take off, but a lot left over. Love the interior of this. Aimless Chains like made the initial design, then I sort of just like expanded it, put in my own little touch. Very cozy. One of those places that like I can just walk in and chill at. Do nothing for a while. My little beacon designs. All the beacons down at bedrock and then just the beams fire up way to the surface. One of my projects was just to make my own custom village. Make new houses. You know, potentially people could come and buy them and live right next to all the machinery. All the modern conveniences, but everyone prefers their own little homes. It's the first one I made. Free interior, a little basement with some storage in it. Floor is all made of mushrooms. Dining area. One I'm super pleased with. Just a very word for it. A relaxed, very natural feeling area. Yeah, another place I could just come and chill for a long time if I wanted to. Upper area. Really just love this space. these little lookouts. All the other houses. Imagine all sorts of RP scenarios going around here. We got the fancy house, primarily made of quartz. Not much of a front yard, but pleasant interior. Third floor. Storage in the basement. Old dancing room. Got to put some records in there. Full aesthetic. The backyard. Full flowers. Deck area looks down into the crevasse. Nice view. Bedroom. Overlooking the town. Upstairs we got the office of this space. It's like, picture yourself coming up to talk to your boss. Fancy chair. Hop out the window if you want to. And the yarn ball house. Just a fun aesthetic. Tiny little house on bottom. Of course, a giant yarn ball. For here. Very comfy. The storage area at the bottom level. In workroom. The bedroom. Ended up leaving a lot of just space for if people want to add things in on their own. But try to give like each room a purpose. First you can lock up the exterior. Double carpets down on top of the wool. Moths from spawning. Took a while to get a good pattern down though. Pavilion area. Should have put a chair or some kind of reclining spot up here. Full road continuing up this way. An original structure from the village. Was gonna build a diner there, didn't end up having time for it. Up there's Mr. Pigglesworth's house, built into the side of the wall. I believe Mr. Pigglesworth did manage to escape somehow, probably due to the trapdoors they put down there. Here we have Tech House, as I call it. Try to include a bunch of non-standard blocks and redstone and such. Underneath there is a pufferfish. Every time you go in range, it opens the door for you. Sometimes it seems to get stuck open for whatever reason. This floor pattern though. Very fun. Putting up a bunch of paintings. Door back here that leads to the redstone. And if you press this button, it gives us a stairway down to the basement. Originally, I wanted to do like series of piston extenders all the way up, but it turned out to be difficult to like fit all the redstone for that into the small area I had to work with. Yeah. And if we press that button, the stairway retracts, covers up again. And I did end up fixing my redstone elevator. It sends you all the way up to the top. So, adjustment to my initial design. Like the initial design I got from someone else, but it worked a little bit too fast, so I had to slow it down. Basically, swapped out the main mechanism for observers, which are a little bit slower. So, elevator works pretty reliably now. This door is just here to kind of help you keep in. Oh, didn't work that time. Sad face. Give it another try. There we go. Not always perfect getting you up, but works well enough. Here's the bedroom. Got those daylight detectors for the ceiling. Like this pattern though. Very comfy. And this bed is set up so that whenever you lay down, it sets off a little chime. And you get back up, it chimes again. And of course, because of the daylight sensors, all those note blocks go off whenever it changes from day to night or night to day. Pretty cool. All this redstone floor, you can see, actually causes the ceiling here to light up. Helps if you've walked around on the redstone blocks a little bit. Gets them going. Very pretty concept, I think. Wanted to put a bunch of other various redstone devices in here, but takes time. And we're all out of time. Stable that was originally part of the village. Walkway off that way. Another walkway at the back of the base. Off this way we got Fishy Weeb's house. Made himself a tree village. A lot of cats. I think this was like originally supposed to be an apartment building for villagers. Largely vacant though. Ended up blowing off the area, it looks like. Probably helps with raids. I think this is only villager. Right in there. Let's see. This is a farm of some sort. Cane, I would assume. Various other farms mixed in. Got himself a bee. Quite a few banners around though. So clearly done a lot of raids. Actually a tower pretty close by. See if I can find it. Those villager outposts. Somewhere in the area. Not sure. In a big old clearing. Probably further off that way. See the back side of my base. Stairway up that way. Dock. Really get much use out of. Great view. Lava pool there. Down here's the original mine shaft I would use. Start my base. Down to bedrock. Blew up some of it though. Cleared out most of the area for the beacons. See across. Nice 100 by 100 square. Here are all the slimes hopping around up there. The bottom of the farm. Kills off the slimes and sends their goo up. Looks like some of the iron golems have taken damage. Like we barely hit the one at the bottom. Unfortunate. The testing area that went wrong. Take the elevator back up. Back to the main house. Not storage. Another one of the original structures I liked. I consider this my true house. Doors on it. So yeah, my other is just kind of a cave built on the side of a mountain. Little scenic path I made here. Prettied it up a little bit. Pickle. Oh yeah. One of the houses I used for one of my original villagers. Before the zombies got them. Well, I think that's just about it. A lot of hours. Pleased with how this turned out. Definitely gonna go back and reminisce. Want a quick peek inside Ellsworth's house. It's a cozy little place. There we go. Yeah. He escaped again. Longest time I had a pig just sitting up here on one of these ledges. Pretty sure he just like falls off the edge of these. Nice. It's a cute little house. But yeah. So to conclude our realm, I'd like to make one final aesthetic project. One of the things I wanted to play around with but never really got around to. Making a floor out of chorus flowers. I was gonna make another house here, but I think instead we'll just make it into a little park. And dig out a square. Considering making a TNT cannon to launch myself with, I don't think I've ever done that successfully. Plus another thing I wanted, and so many things I wanted to do, didn't end up doing. Like a make a guardian farm, found an easy way to do that. Yeah, didn't end up getting around to it. Kind of hoping we could do another roller coaster theme park, like how we ended the previous realm. But I'm sure I would have been the only one to make anything for that. I had a lot of fun on that last roller coaster, though. I had a few other ideas for potential attractions we could have done. I got a long list of just machines in my favorites list. I think it would have been cool. Try out. Maybe next season, though. If we do next season. Learned a lot, though. Through all this. A lot of redstone. Devices I've never really done before. Never really wrapped my head around. Watched a lot of tutorials, slight grasp concepts, and if I didn't end up making the machines. A lot of fun physics. Some of this away. So one of the things I learned is that you can stop a forest flower from growing. Keep it one height tall by putting glass on top of it. Thought that looked quite pretty. Hopefully we can get all these down without the chorus flower actually growing. Kind of a unpredictable growth pattern. Sometimes they grow immediately after you put them down. Be able to fill this all in though. Next playlist. Oh dang. Died immediately. Oh, just hit nighttime. It's always sad seeing projects like this end. With potential ideas that you never get around to. Ideas I think would be good. Need to do with friends. Never quite end up doing it. It's life though. People got different interests. Things they want to do with their time. Yeah, rarely you match up. servers. Of course, I suppose they haven't specified why the server's not being renewed. We haven't seen James on for a while. He's had computer issues. Not his fault. Hopefully it'll be fixed eventually. I had a bit of a dream of getting all my friends together and streaming multiplayer games like this together. Need more with better computers, though. Some of them just can't handle it. Try to keep it up on my own, though. Oh, there's a skeleton in there. How the hell did... I'm not sure where he spawned. Unsettling. But this was all lit up well enough. Stream title reminds me of some creative writing I did. Forget exactly what it's for. I think it's back in Deep and Dark days. What would you do if you knew you had 24 hours left? How would you spend your time? A good question. I actually wrote down a bunch of different answers for that. Yeah, spend it with friends and family. Had 2 hours. In my case, most of my loved ones are prohibitively far away, or just wouldn't want to spend the time with them. One answer has stuck with me. I would sit in my room with a mirror, do self-portraits, my expressions. More would I know, but what would you look like in your final couple hours? If anyone ever managed to see them, I'm sure that would be an interesting sight. Had another one. Like, oh, what if you... Oh. Part of me always thought, like, jumping off a building would be an interesting way to go. You know? Like skydiving, but a shorter distance. But if I were to do that, I would want to do it off of one of those buildings with reflective outer glass, so you can see yourself as you're going. Another one I wrote down was just in the panic of it all, to find an empty space, play an instrument for a while. Maybe someone shows up and give them a show. I think this is a comforting way to end it all, though. Just tending to a garden. Like Hank Hill mowing the yard for one last time. Hopefully we get a neat looking result at all. I haven't pre-pictured the aesthetic for this. Really. Just some parts I want to play around with. Probably wondering why I'm putting all the time into filling this up with buckets of water. And to put down some coral blocks on top of this. I found out even waterlogged blocks one space away keep the coral alive. I think it'd be nice to have above water coral floor. One of the cool aesthetics I want to play around with. Got 5 coral colors. We don't need our sword. Just alternate. Keep it simple. On one. Feels weird there aren't more coral colors. Not a green and orange. Quite fond of the dead coral. Nice gray. Doesn't quite mix well with stone. Makes for decent potted plant sort of look. Especially the dead brain coral. I think that mixes well with the end stone. Doesn't quite line up there. Sort of extend this out further if we want to. Add little holes with water in it. Let's see. Could have another shulker box up here. Yes. Use that. Yourself a few of these. So perhaps a different trapdoor would look better. Try iron. There we go. Very colorful. Can't quite do it on that back side. That's fine, we'll just go around the edge. One more in here, I think. Probably extend this off to the side a little bit. That's fine. Gap. One space in the center. Some of this away. Got some more flowers I can throw around. Fish going down the waterfall. Alternate. Very colorful. I think I should get some glowstone mixed in. Not sure if I have any on hand. There's a little bit. That around the edge. About lighting that way. Let's see. Never did end up making a shrine to the pufferfish. Meme we had for a while. Never really ended ended up using these any blocks either. Bit of a shame these don't have a practical application. But hey, who doesn't want more aesthetic blocks? An interesting pattern. More blocks. Corners here. And make it the same on all sides. Not sure if any particular tool breaks these faster. Not a super convincing pufferfish, I know. This would help to make them a little bit larger. I don't think I want to go any bigger than this now. Not bad. Passable. Need his little fins. Give him a little back fin. close to unlocking. Let's see. Suppose I have some end rods. Actually, I have a better idea. It's at nighttime. Let me think. That should look best. Here we go. Pretty sure I would need a piston to encase that in glass properly. Let's see. Can I drop one of these on top? Yes, I can. Adds a little something. Well, leaves one more detail. All the buckets of pufferfish I've collected. See if I can put these down without killing myself. Trying to fill up the corners. Puppy boys. There we go. Just a little bit of flowing water. very dangerous fish tank. Cute, I like them. They don't have that much of a back fin. That looks of it. Haven't gotten much of a rear view of them. That's fine. Puff fish for the pufferfish god. Curious if it gives me. That's poison 4 again. Whole minute poison. The effect never lasts long enough. Well, I think that's everything I had planned. Let's crawl away. It's gonna keep hurting me every time the regen ticks. I'm gonna miss this town so much. Honestly, just come here and take in the view sometimes. It's so delightful. All that's left to do is to pack up my things. All my most valued possessions. The dragon heads I've collected. All the stuff to make conduits. My enchanted golden apple. The banner pattern based on that. Ding. Power charge. Robe. My flag. Really love how that turned out. Got that stack of dragon eggs that Fishy Weave gave me. A t-shirt. My stack of my withered skull. My fishing rod. Spent a lot of hours AFKing. Fish. My good bow. Stack of pufferfish. And number 1 pickaxe. The difference between number 1 and number 2. Number 2 has silk touch. I'll be using that most of the time. The rest of my most valuable possessions keep down here. The secret chest. Yes. My Sparrow-elytras. All my emerald blocks. Spent quite a bit of time with my farmers gaining emeralds. And course, my diamond ores. I prefer to keep in ore form, instead of breaking them down into diamonds. Never really did make any diamond blocks. Yeah, got the achievement for it. No recipes out there that actually require diamond blocks, curiously. Figure there's got to be some use for them. And of course my emerald ores. Very rare, very valuable. Block, hard to come by. Goodbye, Mr. Snowman. Set you free. Spread your snow. Be you. Yes. Make a mess of my workshop. Goodbye, villagers. Till next we meet. Probably never. My true house. Well, folks, it's been fun. Maybe we'll be back with another season sometime. But, at any rate, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And I will see you next time. Have a good night.